Party's on Ramos versus Price. Step forward, please.
42-year-old Blanca Ramos wants her son's ex-girlfriend, 36-year-old Carolyn Price, to repay her credit card bills.
Order. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 397 on the calendar in the matter of Ramos versus Price. Parties have been sworn, Judge. You may be seated. Ma'am, have a seat. Sir.
Ms. Ramos, the defendant is your son's former girlfriend.
Yes.
According to these papers. And you claim that she owes you money for things that she charged on a credit card.
Yes.
That was in your name and your son's name.
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Price says that she has paid the bill.
That's correct.
And she's going to be able to prove that to me, and that the only reason you filed this claim is because she refused to drop charges that she had filed against your son for assault.
That's not true. I never asked her that.
Okay. Is this your son?
Yes, yes, my son.
I'll get to you in a minute.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Tell me about these credit card purchases.
Okay, I went to Circuit City in 1995.
Circuit City?
Yes, November 1995, with my son, and she went with us. My son asked me to get a credit card for him, so I applied for it, and he get it right away. Okay, by that time...
Just a minute. So he asked you to get him a card?
Yes.
But your name was on it?
Yes. Yes.
Because he wasn't working at the time?
No, he wasn't working at the time and all that kind of stuff, so I got a credit card for him.
That was your first mistake? How old was he at the time?
He was 21.
And not working?
He was working at that time.
You just told me he wasn't working.
No, he was working at that time. He was working as a gardener. He got a part-time job like as a gardener.
Maybe. So you got a credit card for him, you gave it to him, and then she asked if she could put some stuff on the credit card.
Yes, by that time they were living together. They went to Circuit City and got a washer and dryer for $1,054.
Yes.
Okay. Caroline, she decided to return the washer and dryer to the Circuit City. So they found a check to her house with my son and my son's name for $1,054.
Okay.
This lady cashed this check, opened the envelope and cashed this check and paid her own bills with these things.
You'll get to you in a minute.
Okay. Another thing is, okay, after that, she went with my son again to Circuit City and got a big screen TV. She got a PlayStation. She got a lot of stuff, and this came out to $2,600 or $2,700.
Ms. Ramos, was your son living with the defendant at the time that they made these additional purchases for the big screen TV and everything else?
Yes, they were living together.
Well, then they purchased these things together.
No, but she agreed to make the payments for these things they got in Circuit City.
Who did she say she would pay for those things?
Well, the thing is that I find out, I didn't even know about these things. She got these things because...
Just a minute. You keep saying she. Are you telling me that you believe that she went alone?
No, she went with my son.
She went with him?
Yeah.
And they were living together?
Yes.
So they purchased these things together for the house that they were living in together, Mrs. Ramos?
Yes.
So you don't know what kind of an arrangement they made between the two of them about how these things were going to be paid for.
But the thing is, when I applied for a credit card, because I wanted to pay my card off, they denied my application, and I didn't know why, because I had a very good credit. So I asked the TRW to send me a copy of my records. And this shows in here that Circuit City was the only one that was delinquent for 60 and 90 days.
So, Ms. Ramos, at that point, did you say to your son, why did you ruin my credit?
Yes, I did. I asked him
Just
why.
a minute. And let's come up here, sir, now. What's your name?
My name is Victor.
Victor, why did you ruin your mother's credit?
Okay, well, what I want to explain is I've been living with her, and she told me that let's go get some stuff for the house, you know, and she promised me that we want to pay this together, you know. She tried to tell you people that I've been living together, but she always put me out of her house.
Just a second, Victor. You got a big screen television, right?
Yeah.
Something very important. No house should be without a big screen television. Did you watch it?
By that?
Did you watch it?
Yeah, I watch it.
All right. And what else did she buy on the credit card other than the big screen TV?
She buy a PlayStation.
What's a PlayStation?
A video game.
Video game that you didn't play with.
No.
You never touched the video game.
No, the TV, yeah.
Let me tell you something. Women don't play those video games. Men get into those things, you know, shooting and, you know, killing a lot of people on the screen, right? They sort of get into that. All right, what else did she buy? A PlayStation, what else?
Washer and dryer.
Oh, just a minute. Did you have clothes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you get a washboard and wash the clothes? Or did you use the washer and dryer?
I use the washer and dryer.
Okay. And then you say she put you out. Now, how many times were you arrested for domestic violence?
3 times.
Mm-hmm. And was it after each of those 3 times that she put you out?
Yeah.
Yeah. So she threw you out, as well she should have, probably after the first time you assaulted her. Not waiting until the 3rd time. That was very stupid.
That's mine.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.
How big was the TV, Victor?
Like this table size.
You must be very successful at your part-time gardening.
And later today,
My stepmother almost beat the crap out of me, basically.
She slapped her one time. She never slapped her on the face at all.
real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Blanca Ramos is suing her son's former girlfriend, Carolyn Price, for credit card bills. Carolyn says Blanca's son, Victor, assaulted her.
You say that she signed a piece of paper indicating that she would pay a certain amount of
Yes.
money. Let me see it, please.
Yes, she signed this letter to me, not to me, to my son. I sent her like 5 letters, and she signed all them together.
Oh, can I?
Just a second.
Sure.
Current balance was $2,711.05, right?
Yes.
I don't know how much was hers of this $2,700.11.
I have a ledger
Yes.
of all my the purchases that were made, the payments I made, and the agreement between Blanca and I that I was to pay $1,000.
Let me see it, please.
And
Because
I
this
did.
$2,700 doesn't tell me how much were her purchases and his purchases and your purchases.
I never make an agreement with her to pay $1,000.
Yes, she did,
I
Your
just
Honor.
tell.
Just a second. Shh. Now, how much in total were your purchases?
Total was $1,172.60, and then you add that refund check there.
So it's
$2,200. And I've made all these payments, as you can see, down to $788.60. All this stuff happened between him and I. And he promised that he would pay some money on this account, and he never did. Then, you know, the abuse started, and I kicked him out. And then she came to me, actually she called me, and her daughter calculated the amount that we both agreed on. It was like $900 and some odd. And I said, well, let's make it even 1,000 and we're even, done, you know. She goes, okay. Then she comes over begging me to not press charges against him, and I wouldn't do it. And then I said, you know, where we stand on Circuit City is $1,000. I'll pay it when I get my settlement, you know.
She has $2,200 for pager, PlayStation, cell phone, TV, and the refund check, which was $22. She also has made numerous payments on this. Where did you get money from him? He didn't pay for a diddly. They incurred this debt because they were living together. Don't you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you go to him and say, Victor, give me some money? You used the TV, you used the cell phone, you used the washer dryer, you got kicked out because you can't keep your hands in your pockets, and I don't want you to destroy my credit. It's not her fault.
Yes, ma'am. I know that.
Good.
But the thing is, that when I called her and asked her the questions for these things, she didn't even know what to say.
Why didn't you ask him? Nothing was purchased on your credit card.
Should ask me. Both of them should be
Just
agreed
a
to
second.
ask me.
He's your son. He's supposed to ask you. You didn't give her a credit card. You gave it to him. He went out and spent a lot of money. How big was the TV, Victor?
I don't know, but it's like this table size.
You must be very successful at your part-time gardening. Miss Ramos, I'm satisfied that she's paid more than her portion of the debt that she owes you. If you're owed any more money, get it from him. That's all. This case is dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Out the back door to your right, please.
And now the next.